Hello there, and welcome. It's wonderful to have you joining me today. You know, there's truly no place like home, is there? It's our sanctuary, the place where we feel most comfortable, surrounded by familiar things and precious memories. Most of us, if we're honest, hope to stay in our own homes for as long as we possibly can. That idea of aging in place sounds just right. Maintaining our routines, our connections, our independence, right where we feel we belong. But sometimes, almost without us noticing, our beloved homes can start to present little challenges. Maybe you've found yourself squinting a bit more to read a recipe in the kitchen lately, even with your glasses on. Or perhaps you've hesitated for just a split second at the top of the stairs, making sure of your footing. Maybe reaching for that favorite serving dish on the top shelf feels a bit more precarious than it used to. These are tiny things, easily dismissed. We adapt, we manage. But sometimes, these small, creeping difficulties are subtle signs that our home environment isn't quite keeping pace with our changing needs as we age. The fantastic news is that staying independent and safe in our own homes often doesn't require massive, expensive renovations or moving somewhere else entirely. Often, it comes down to making smart, relatively small adjustments, little fixes that can make a surprisingly big impact on our daily lives, our safety, and our ability to manage things on our own. The problem is, many of these simple, powerful fixes are things that, frankly, most seniors tend to overlook or put off, perhaps because they seem minor. Or maybe we just get used to working around the inconvenience. But ignoring them can slowly chip away at our confidence and ultimately our independence. So, in this video, we're going to shine a light on exactly those kinds of adjustments. We'll explore 5 small, often ignored home fixes that can genuinely help keep you independent and living safely in your own home for longer. These are practical, achievable things you can often start thinking about or implementing right away, ready to make your home an even better partner in your independence. Let's dive right in. The very first fix, and it's one that affects almost everything we do at home, is mastering your lighting. Going beyond just using brighter bulbs. We all know good lighting is important, but as we get older, our eyes naturally change. We typically need more light to see clearly than we did when we were younger. We might also become more sensitive to glare, and our eyes might take longer to adjust when moving between brightly lit and dimmer areas. Just swapping out a 60-watt bulb for a 100-watt one might help a bit, but truly, mastering your home lighting for safety and independence involves a bit more thought. Think about specific tasks. Where do you need focused light? In the kitchen, trying to read small print on food labels or chop vegetables safely requires good, direct light. Often, the main ceiling fixture casts shadows right where you're working. A simple, yet incredibly effective fix is installing under-cabinet lighting. These strip lights brighten up your countertops directly, eliminating shadows and making kitchen tasks much safer and easier. They aren't usually expensive and can often be installed without major electrical work. Similarly, think about where you read or do hobbies, like knitting or puzzles. Is there a good task lamp right beside your favorite chair or at your desk? A flexible gooseneck lamp allows you to direct bright light exactly where you need it, reducing eye strain and improving visibility. Then there's navigating your home, especially at night. How many of us have stumbled on the way to the bathroom in the dark? Strategically placed nightlights are absolutely essential. We're not just talking about the little plug-in ones for a child's room, though those help. Consider low-level pathway lighting along hallways. Motion-activated nightlights can be fantastic. They only come on when you approach, providing light when needed without being constantly bright. Placing them low down, near the floor, can illuminate the path without being glaring. Having easily accessible light switches is also key. Are the switches right inside the door of each room, or do you have to fumble in the dark to find them? Replacing old toggle switches with larger rocker switches can make them easier to operate, especially if you have arthritis. Illuminated switches that glow faintly in the dark are another great option for key locations like bathrooms or hallways. Even using smart plugs connected to lamps that you can control with your voice or a simple remote can prevent you from having to walk across a dark room to turn on a light. The goal is to minimize ever having to navigate in complete darkness. And let's not forget about glare. Sometimes too much light, or light from the wrong direction, can be just as problematic as too little light. Bright sunlight streaming through a window can create harsh glare on shiny floors or countertops, making it hard to see properly. Using blinds, shades, or curtains to control natural light is important. When choosing paint or countertops in the future, matte finishes are often better than high-gloss ones for reducing glare. Even the type of light bulb can make a difference. Some bulbs produce a softer, less glaring light than others. Take a walk through your home at different times of the day and night. Where are the dark corners? Where do you perform tasks that require good vision? Where do you find yourself squinting or feeling unsure of your footing due to poor light? Addressing these specific areas with better task lighting, pathway lighting, and easier-to-use switches is a fundamental fix that supports nearly every aspect of living independently. It's truly foundational. Now, being able to see clearly where you're going is step one, but what you're actually walking on is just as critical for preventing trips and slips. This brings us to our second often overlooked home fix: rethinking your rugs and floors, looking beyond just basic non-slip. We hear it all the time. Get rid of throw rugs. And honestly, that's often the very best advice, especially for small, unsecured mats that love to slide or bunch up exactly where you least expect it. They are notorious tripping hazards. But let's face it, many of us love our rugs. They add warmth, color, and comfort to our homes. And larger area rugs can sometimes feel less risky than small scatter rugs. So, if you're keeping rugs, we need to go beyond just hoping they stay put. If you have area rugs, are they truly secure? A simple non-slip pad underneath often isn't enough, especially as it gets older and loses its grip. For maximum safety, the rug should be secured around its entire perimeter using high-quality double-sided carpet tape designed specifically for rugs. Make it a regular habit, maybe once a month, to check all the edges and corners to ensure they haven't lifted or curled up, creating a new tripping hazard. Replace the tape periodically as its stickiness can diminish over time. But floor safety isn't just about rugs. Pay attention to thresholds, those transitions between different rooms or different types of flooring. Is there a raised strip of wood or metal separating the carpet in the living room from the tile in the hallway? Even a small height difference, maybe only half an inch, can easily catch a toe if you're not lifting your feet quite as high as you used to, or if you're shuffling slightly. Examine these transitions carefully. Sometimes, a higher threshold can be replaced with a lower profile, gently sloped transition strip that provides a much smoother and safer path. In some cases, for very small level changes, a tiny threshold ramp might even be an option. And what about clutter on the floor that isn't a rug? We often think of clutter as piles of books or shoes, which are definitely hazards, but electrical cords are floor clutter too. Lamp cords, phone chargers, extension cords, snaking across a walkway. These are accidents waiting to happen. Take a systematic look. Can you rearrange furniture slightly so cords can run behind it instead of across open floor? Use cord covers that tape down flat to the floor or run along the baseboard. Utilize power strips strategically placed near outlets to minimize the need for long extension cords. Make it a house rule. No cords across walkways, ever. While we're mainly talking about small fixes today, it's worth briefly mentioning floor surfaces themselves. If you happen to be considering flooring updates in the future, remember that very thick, high-pile carpets can sometimes make walking feel less stable and can increase tripping risk. Extremely slick, high-gloss tiles can also be hazardous, especially when wet. Safer long-term options often include low-pile carpeting or hard flooring surfaces with a matte finish and good slip resistance, like textured vinyl, cork, or certain types of tile. But for now, focus on managing what you have. Secure those rugs properly, smooth out those thresholds, and corral those cords. Making your floor surfaces consistently safe and predictable is another vital step in creating a home that supports your independence. Thinking about how we move through our homes, ensuring we can see well and that the floor beneath us is safe, sets the stage for tackling other common household interactions that can become surprisingly tricky over time. This brings us to our third, often overlooked home fix, which is all about making everyday items easier to reach and handle, especially in the kitchen and closets. How often have you found yourself stretching way up on your tiptoes to grab something from a high kitchen cabinet, or maybe bending down low, almost uncomfortably, to retrieve a heavy pot or pan from a bottom shelf? We do it automatically, but those kinds of movements, overreaching, balancing precariously perhaps even on a step stool, or straining to lift something heavy from an awkward position, can increase our risk of losing balance, dropping something, or straining a muscle. It also uses up valuable energy. Making things more accessible isn't about laziness. It's about working smarter, not harder, to preserve your energy and safety. Let's start in the kitchen, often the heart of the home. Take a really honest look inside your cabinets and pantry. Are the items you use most frequently your everyday dishes, glasses, coffee mugs, common spices, maybe your favorite teapot, stored in the easiest to reach spots? Ideally, these should be on shelves roughly between your waist and shoulder height. This minimizes both excessive reaching up and deep bending down. It might require a little bit of reorganizing. Perhaps move those special occasion dishes you only use twice a year to the higher shelves and bring your everyday plates down. Put heavier items like mixing bowls or small appliances you use often on lower shelves or even the countertop rather than way up high or deep down low. Simple tools can make a world of difference here too. Consider installing pull-out shelves or drawers inside your lower cabinets. Instead of having to kneel down and root around in the back, you can simply slide the shelf out, bringing everything easily into view and reach. These can often be retrofitted into existing cabinets without a major overhaul. Lazy Susans, turntables, are fantastic for corner cabinets or even pantry shelves, allowing you to rotate items into view instead of reaching past things. For those higher shelves where you store less frequently used items, keep a sturdy, lightweight reacher tool handy. These grabber tools are inexpensive and incredibly useful for retrieving lightweight items without stretching or climbing. Think about handles and knobs too. Are the knobs on your cabinets or drawers small and difficult to grip? especially if your hands are a bit stiff or wet. Replacing them with larger, D-shaped pull handles can make opening cabinets and drawers significantly easier and require less dexterity and force. The same principles apply to our closets. Is your main clothing rod positioned so high that you have to stretch to hang things up or take them down? Could it be lowered slightly? Are shoes stored in messy piles on the floor, creating both a tripping hazard and making it hard to find the pair you want? Simple shoe racks or clear plastic shoe boxes on accessible shelves can solve this. Are sweaters or other folded items stacked precariously high on top shelves? Again, think about reorganizing so the items you wear most often are within that easy waist-to-shoulder reach zone. Maybe install an extra shelf at a more convenient height. If you have deep shelves, using shelf dividers or baskets can help keep things organized and prevent items from getting lost in the back, reducing the need to rummage. This whole idea of reorganizing for accessibility might sound like a bit of effort up front, but the payoff is huge. It reduces physical strain, significantly lowers the risk of falls associated with reaching or bending awkwardly, conserves your energy for things you enjoy more, and ultimately makes managing your daily routines smoother and more independent. It's about making your storage work for you. Now, moving from storage and accessibility in general areas, let's focus on one room that consistently presents unique challenges and where safety is absolutely paramount: the bathroom. Our fourth small fix involves implementing simple bathroom safety upgrades beyond the obvious grab bars. We often hear about grab bars, and yes, they are absolutely crucial and highly recommended for providing support near the toilet and in the tub or shower. If you don't have them, getting them professionally installed is a top priority. But there are other, often simpler and overlooked additions that can make a massive difference to bathroom safety and ease of use, helping you maintain your privacy and independence in this essential space. Let's talk about the tub and shower area again. Beyond grab bars, what about a non-slip surface inside the tub or shower itself? Many tubs have smooth, slick bottoms that become incredibly hazardous when wet and soapy. Applying adhesive non-slip strips or a good quality rubber mat with suction cups directly to the tub or shower floor provides crucial traction right where you stand. And don't forget the floor outside the shower. Stepping out onto a wet floor is a prime time for slips. Use a highly absorbent bath mat with a reliable non-slip backing. Avoid standard towels on the floor as they slide easily. Consider your energy levels and stability while bathing. Does standing for the duration of a shower sometimes feel tiring or leave you feeling a bit shaky? A sturdy shower chair or transfer bench can be a game changer. These allow you to sit comfortably and safely while washing, reducing fatigue and minimizing the risk of slipping. They aren't just for people with significant mobility issues. They are a smart safety and comfort measure for anyone who wants to make showering less physically demanding. Paired with a handheld shower head on a flexible hose, you can easily direct the water flow while seated, making rinsing off much simpler and more thorough. These are often easy to install, replacing your existing fixed shower head. Getting on and off the toilet can also become more challenging, requiring more strength and balance than we might realize. If you find yourself pushing heavily on sinks or unstable towel bars to stand up, that's a warning sign. A simple fix is a raised toilet seat, which elevates the seat height by a few inches, reducing the distance you need to lower yourself or stand up. Many models simply clamp onto your existing toilet bowl without tools. Another excellent option is a toilet safety frame. which provides sturdy armrests on either side of the toilet to offer support when sitting down and standing up. These frames are usually adjustable and freestanding or attached securely to the toilet itself. Both options make using the toilet significantly easier and safer, reducing strain and the risk of losing your balance. Think also about small conveniences that improve safety. Is your soap dish or shampoo shelf positioned where you have to reach awkwardly or lean precariously while in the shower? Relocating soap dishes or adding corner shelving units within easy reach can prevent unsafe movements. Ensure towels are hanging where you can easily reach them before you step out of the tub or shower, avoiding that dangerous reach while wet. These bathroom upgrades, non-slip surfaces, shower seats, handheld shower heads, raised toilet seats, or safety frames might seem like minor additions, but they address very specific high-risk activities. They enhance comfort, reduce physical effort, and most importantly, drastically cut down the potential for slips and falls in one of the most hazardous rooms in the house. They empower you to continue managing your personal care safely and independently. Making our kitchens, closets, and bathrooms work better for us through these often ignored fixes highlights how adjusting our immediate environment can directly support our goal of living independently for longer. These changes reduce strain and make daily tasks flow more smoothly. Now let's think about another set of items we interact with countless times every single day, often without giving them a second thought until they become, well, a bit difficult. This brings us to our fifth and final small home fix that many seniors overlook: upgrading your handles, knobs, and switches for easier operation. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? A doorknob is a doorknob, right? But think about how many times a day you turn a knob, twist a faucet handle, or flip a light switch. As we age, things like arthritis, reduced grip strength, or slightly less dexterity in our fingers can make these seemingly simple actions surprisingly frustrating or even painful. Struggling with a tight doorknob when your hands are full, or finding it hard to grip and turn a small faucet knob with damp hands, these aren't just minor annoyances. They can sometimes lead to unsafe situations or simply make us avoid certain tasks, subtly limiting our independence. Let's start with door handles. The traditional round doorknob requires a fair amount of twisting and gripping strength. Have you ever found one particularly stiff or hard to turn? A wonderfully simple upgrade is replacing these round knobs with lever-style handles. Levers can be pushed down with an open palm, an elbow, or just a light touch, requiring much less grip strength and dexterity. This makes a huge difference if you have arthritis in your hands or wrists, or if you're carrying something. Think about easily opening the back door with your elbow when carrying in groceries. This is often a straightforward swap that a handyman or even a handy family member can do relatively easily. The same principle applies inside the house, particularly on cabinets and drawers, as we touched on briefly earlier. Those small, round, or decorative knobs can be tricky to grasp firmly. Swapping them out for larger, D-shaped pull handles provides a much more substantial surface to grip. You can loop a couple of fingers through them, making opening even heavy drawers much less strenuous. Again, this is usually a simple cosmetic change involving just a screwdriver, but it significantly improves ease of use, especially in the kitchen and bathroom where you're accessing things frequently. Now, consider your faucets. Are the sinks in your kitchen or bathroom equipped with separate hot and cold knobs that require twisting? These can be tough on stiff or painful joints. Replacing these with single lever faucets is a fantastic upgrade. A single lever allows you to control both temperature and flow easily with one hand, often just by nudging the lever up and side to side. They require minimal force and dexterity, even if you prefer separate controls. Choosing faucets with lever-style handles instead of round twist knobs makes a world of difference for ease of use. This might require a plumber, but it's an investment in daily comfort and function that pays off every time you wash your hands or fill the kettle. And let's revisit light switches quickly. We mentioned rocker switches earlier in the context of lighting, but it fits perfectly here too. Those standard small toggle switches can sometimes be fiddly to flip, especially in the dark, or if your fine motor skills aren't quite what they used to be. Replacing them with large rocker panel switches allows you to turn lights on and off simply by pressing anywhere on the large panel with your hand or even your elbow. It's a small change electrically, but a big improvement functionally. While you're at it, consider dimmer switches for some main lights, particularly in living areas or bedrooms. Being able to easily adjust the brightness level allows you to customize the lighting for different activities and times of day, tying back nicely to our earlier point about optimizing light levels and reducing glare. These upgrades, lever door handles, D-shaped cabinet pulls, lever faucets, rocker light switches, might seem like minor details. They're the kinds of things we often just live with because they've always been that way. But taken together, they significantly reduce the daily physical effort and potential frustration involved in interacting with our home environment. They make moving through rooms, accessing storage, controlling water, and managing lighting smoother, easier, and less demanding, allowing you to conserve your energy and maintain your independence with greater ease and less strain. It's about removing those small, unnecessary barriers. So, when we step back and look at these 5 areas, really mastering our home lighting for clarity and safety, rethinking our floors and rugs to eliminate trips, reorganizing our storage for easy access, making those smart bathroom safety upgrades, and choosing easier-to-use handles and controls, we see a pattern emerge. None of these are massive, overwhelming projects on their own. They are small, often overlooked adjustments, but when you start combining them, they work together synergistically to create a home environment that actively supports you, rather than subtly working against you. It's about transforming your familiar space into a place where you can move confidently, perform daily tasks comfortably, and feel secure, reducing the risks that can sometimes lead to a loss of independence. It's about proactively shaping your environment to match your needs, allowing you to stay in the place you love, living life on your own terms, for as long as possible. Please remember, making these kinds of changes isn't about admitting weakness or giving in to age. It's the exact opposite. It's about being smart, proactive, and empowered. It's about recognizing that taking practical steps to enhance your safety and comfort is a sign of strength and foresight. It's an investment in your future well-being and your continued freedom. Small fixes, thoughtfully implemented, can lead to truly significant improvements in your daily life and give you wonderful peace of mind. Don't ignore these opportunities to make your home your best ally in aging gracefully and independently. Now, I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Have you already made some of these small fixes in your own home? Are there other simple adjustments you found particularly helpful that maybe I didn't mention? Please share your experiences and ideas in the comments section below. Your insights could be incredibly helpful to others watching, and we can all learn from each other in this wonderful community. And if you found this chat useful today, if it sparked an idea or gave you some encouragement, please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. That little like button makes a big difference in helping others find this content. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos focused on practical tips for living well, staying safe, and thriving as we age, please do click that subscribe button and the little notification bell. We'd love to have you join us for future conversations. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Here's to making our homes safe, comfortable havens that support our independence for many years to come. Stay well, stay proactive, and keep enjoying the comfort of your own home. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.